talk so wide with their hand. They don't, they're just a reliable person. You can see, you can understand the kind of complexity that they are. Okay, it's understanding why these people are so complex and so fixed into what they're very anal. Okay, but not in a bad way, because I'm a Scorpio. So anyway, take any of those assets of those fixed sign natures and take one. And if you don't know, if you didn't like anyone that I just said, comment one below that you do like. Put a heart next to it. Spread the love. But anyway, so the Hermit, they could be a Virgo is what I'm getting also. But they're very, I like to know that when someone is shining so bright, has so much money, has so much to offer, knows that they're different, special, they've got superpowers, that they can still make sure that, you know what, I don't need to show everyone that. I don't need everyone to see that. I just need to know that what I'm doing is for a purpose, and that I have my little light of mine. I have this little light of mine. Really, I'm the gatekeeper. I'm the star's keeper right now. I'm understanding who I am. You just want to shine like a diamond. You're only going to shine when you sit in this aspect, but or when you're doing the work. But it looks like they want to make sure that, this is perfect, that this is right. They want to cross their T's and dot their I's, okay, when they're working. So that is a very, very, very positive aspect. And what I mean about the fixed energies is that they're not so, if they're masculine especially, to be able to say I love you and comfort like a mother's love and then a father's love, it's stepping out of your comfort zone and understanding that you were here for another purpose and not just to lay eggs and hatchlings. You're here to love those hatchlings. You're here to serve your time and not be someone who's just like, oh, my time is being wasted. Honey, you know how many things in life you have to do with your time that you can't control? Time is inevitable. How dare you put a timestamp on that? So it's an example of a fixed energy. So it says here that this person is doing all that they can with their time right now. So some of you may know that your divine masculine is not online, okay? Social media. So let's clarify the world card for the divine masculine, and then we'll get into what he wants to say, okay? If he were to share his journey right now. Let's clarify. Whoa. So the Six of Wands, I was just about to stop the shuffle, fell out on the floor, and it's on its back. So I'm seeing it upright. Let's clarify this with the world card, and then we'll keep shuffling for the world card, okay? Six of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, ambition and determination with, the journey, okay? He's still on a journey. He's got strength. He's got dignity. He's poised, okay? He's clean. He's neat. He's strategic. He understands who he is, but he's humble. So it's safe to say the lesson right now is that the divine masculine has been humbled. It doesn't mean that he's humble forever. It doesn't mean that, he's not human, but he has a filter right now, and he's working on that. That is what his guides are working on. They've even given him a fan base. They've given him a loving family where he is. As much as you care about that or not, whoever's watching, they've given him a fan base. They've given him friends. They've given him just the simplicity of knowing that he is special, and him believing it, and him taking the time out to go understand that. The patience, okay? They've given him a lot in depth in his individuality. But for you watching, you want to know more of what's physical going on. He's got a fan base. He's maybe could be on Instagram or Facebook even more than usual. To take it how it applies, whoever's who, okay? But regardless if it's social media or if it's people and friends and family, he is someone who wants to put himself on the podium, put himself at stake for other people's lives, and take accountability for the situations, the friendships and the relationships that he's ruined or that he's, treated with malintent. Right now, he wants people to know how hard he worked, what he is working for. There are still some secrets there, as he's planning strategically. He's coming up with master plans right now. And this is the stage that he is in on that journey of being humble. He wants to share with others. He wants to inspire others. He could be a Gemini. He could be a fire sign. He could have air in his chart. He wants to be inspired by others, okay? Before he tells everybody really what's going on, or this is what I'm doing and this is where you're going to end up. I'm thinking of the King of Wands. He wants to make sure that everybody's potential is going to reach to his and make like this wreath. You understand? So It's great. It's great because it tells me that this divine masculine is really stepping out of his fixed nature. He doesn't have to be a sun sign Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, or Taurus, but he definitely has fixed energy in this twin flame journey, is stepping out into spirituality. You can be in a relationship and not even be open to spirituality. You understand? You can be in a relationship that has lasted for 50 years, a marriage, and still not have, unlocked anything in your kundalini. So this is what the twin flame journey does. Let's keep clarifying this world card. What do we have here? The moon card, Pisces. So, confusion in which way to go. Remember, we don't know. When you have been opened up, okay, it's like you have passion within you. You have something in you that you, like the person we have been put here to be, often none of us know. Often none of us can look it in the mirror. We don't see it. We can't pinpoint it because it's a chakra that's missing. We can all kind of relate to the chakras, right? And the stones that help emphasize or alleviate pain or alleviate certain acupuncture. Okay, but what I'm saying is sometimes it's not always that we're so confused. It's like, where do I go, Becky? Not necessarily. There's just so many feelings and so many vowels and variables involved that we're like, we want to make sure we go the right way. But being on this journey that we have no idea about, our spirit guides and everyone above is supposed to guide us. It's not something that we're going to know. It's something that we're supposed to take risks on. We're supposed to take chances. You remember the tarot deck is the Fool's Journey, that's card number 0. So you're well past that. You're coming with baggage. You're in the middle. So it says that you're in the middle of this journey. You're not at level number 1, the divine masculine. So that's awesome. It tells me that he's not only aware of who he is, it's aware. One second. He's aware. I'm sorry about that. He's aware of who you are. He's aware of both of your standpoints. Now, but when you're taking one step at a time in the hermit mode, not that he's always in the dark, but you're still in this mode. You're still in like, okay, trying to understand why I have to be the queen of cups. Why I'm saying instead of I hate you, I love you. Why I have a filter. Why I'm being humbled. You understand? The world card. Also, on his journey, he's not necessarily knowing where he's going to go, but this is him wanting to rejoice. This is my rejoice card. In my many videos, this is what I interpret that card to be. And for this card deck, okay, is everyone coming from their separate elements, coming together as one. Everybody's like rejoicing, like, where do I go? Wanting to. It's like when you pray to God. If you pray to God, then you understand this analogy is, when you're down on your knees and you are just, man, I begged God, man. I forgot what they say. My dad's a pastor as well. He got baptized the year I was born. He's okay, but non-denominational, by the way, if anyone was wondering, non-denominational Christianity. Just you holler out to God wanting to know which way to go, and then that path has been cleared. That path has been shed. So it's coming from one point, like I was talking about in part number 1, coming from your aspect of whether you're a Leo, whether you're there's a dog here, there's a wolf, and there's like a scorpion, or a lobster. But it's really to talk about all elements of beings and to come together as one. This could even be all of him wanting to rejoice. He's like, okay, I got this aspect, I got that aspect, I got the love aspect, I got the land and the culture aspect. I'm not, but now which way do I go? Let's clarify some more about that world card. Look who's at the bottom of the deck, the death card. I picked up the deck to shuffle, and these 2 cards were left. So the death card, I love it, Scorpio, and then we have the King of Swords. We can include that. But the death card here, wanting the transformation, wanting that death. Death, Scorpios know that sometimes we'll be caught in millenniums, and especially when people are being humbled, we're caught dying. You know what dying is like? You can't move, you don't do shit. Scorpios know exactly what I'm talking about. And because it's such a strong personality, we must clarify that October Scorpios and November Scorpios are completely and utter different. They are very, 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 very different. So because they're, again, I'll repeat it, because they're very strong personalities, I must emphasize that October Scorpios and November Scorpios are completely different. They're almost opposite twins. So anyway, but Scorpio nonetheless are of transformation, are of the knowing, but they are of someone who passes through towns, the death, the reaper, and things die. But it's not that you're passing by and flowers are dying. These are all people who must die too, because this is of your life. You're passing through your life, you know, and so you're taking on the conjuring. You're conjuring, like you're taking on all of their broken bones and marrow implants and all of their sickness. You're taking on all of their sickness onto you. You're the vessel, and you take on all of that pain. Hypothetically, you take on so much pain that you can't do anything. When you're dying, you don't do anything. So the point is that he is very vulnerable and susceptible to change right now. That's the wave. That's what we're doing. He wants to be level grounded. And when you're on the ground, all you can do is look up and ask, what can I do? 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 Where can I do it? How can I do it? Okay, awesome. All right, then we have the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. This is that same energy. Who, what, where, when, why. It's a businessman. He's also someone who owns his business. He's someone who speaks to people about business. He could be a doctor. He's someone of planning, strategic nature, character building. He's very precise. He's like, you know, the doctor that doesn't show emotion. He's just like, okay, I'm going to do it. 1, 2, 3, 2. And it's the best that way, because then you don't think too much about the shot. He's just a who, what, where, when, and why type of guy. For an example, if you were to be a friend crying, like if you were a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, coming to this person, if someone was coming to a water sign, they can cry and they cry with you. This person's like, who did it, who, what, where, when, and why. They're that friend who doesn't let you dote or on the moment, who won't dote on you, who won't hover, you know what I'm saying, kind of thing. They'll be there like a guard, a champion. Anyway, but the most part about this is they'll tell you it's okay, and you'll believe them because they're so like sophisticated. And so this is how the divine masculine feels about right now. Okay, he's someone who is going to take ownership for love, especially if they're an air sign. This must be so attractive for you to hear that this person, your divine masculine, not a person, your divine masculine, or who you're watching for, right? Divine feminine, divine masculine, is like, bring on the pain, baby. You know what I'm saying? So that is awesome. Let's go ahead and get one more card for the world card for the divine masculine spirit. Do we have anything else you want to say? The Lover. So it could be a Gemini. So this person is looking at wanting to heal with Angel Raphael hovering these two, Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve are the first on the world, on the plane. So whether you believe in God or spirituality or the Big Bang Theory, at some point we had to reproduce and everything like that. So it started from somewhere. Regardless of what you believe, it still applies. That Adam and Eve are two people who were to be put on this earth together to create life. To understand what life is, to love, to witness everything for the first time. After this rebirth, that you definitely, whether you asked for it or not, it just shows his fight, you know. Si se puede. If anybody used to watch Disney Channel, I'm 24, so, you know, bring it on, you know, gotta kick it up, you know. Actually, it was called Gotta Kick It Up. Si se puede, yes, I can, you know. So after that, the Lovers, you know, the card represents healing. So, but besides that, it's two people who are very divinely guided in love. That's where we're headed. But what this card also means is the veil has been dropped. There's no vulnerability. There's only truths. You know, it's like when you're standing up at the podium, you drop everything that you've ever been and you are reborn. Maybe when you get baptized. It's a renewal of life in love. It's like, don't you know that sometimes if you've ever been called prude, you know what prudence is. You remember he went on a prudent journey. You could have two divine feminine. You know, it's a twin flame journey. It mirrors. But you know, sometimes you're just so scared. Like imagine they were put on this earth naked. So imagine how comfortable they are.